Hello everyone, I am looking to sell Euro US dollar here, right? We had a huge soar by DXY this morning, shooting up, right? And Euro US dollar rejected off of this 1 hour fair value gap, right? I've marked it like this because after the London Open, it's only valid, right? And we had a 5-minute breaker block, right, plus fair value gap, unicorn pattern. We tapped into this 5-minute fair value gap with a huge rejection, right? And what's happening right now is we are retesting again this inverted fair value gap, right, by this VWAP. So now when that happens, I'm going to enter a short with stops at these highs, right? Okay, so I've just entered my position, right? Stops at the highs. Where we entered about right to this VWAP, stops at this high, right? Now the first target will be this low here for 1-to-1, right? Because there is some strong liquidity at this low, right? These relative equal lows. But my overall target will be the Asia low over here, which we'll see if we can get to it. All right. Let's see what happens here. See how this plays out. Right, we have our SMT, right? We're rejecting off of this VWAP. We're in discount. Or we were in a premium, right? And we created a change in the state of delivery here. This is all for like a perfect entry, right? This is an A plus. Well, not even A plus. I would say it's about a B because I really like to have more room for price to move. And we have had some consolidation, but there is no liquidity for price to come up and grab. There's so much liquidity here, right? So what I want to see is for price to come and lap up this liquidity. Yeah, let's take a look at gold. Right. What happened? Yeah, there's no more SMT. Right. I'm not looking at gold right now. It's not a good buy in my opinion. Even if we take out this high, I mean, there's just liquidity here. It's going to lap up. Starting off with a nice rejection. Right, and I was tempted, I'm going to enter on the change in the state. So my original idea, let me actually just clear some of this stuff out the way because I don't feel like having all these lines, right? We're in the trade now. Let's just get rid of all of this crap, right? I was originally going to take the trade selling off here, right? However, that risk to reward is not what I want, right? Even if I make that bottom level, I'm not even getting a 1R. And if we get this liquidity level, 0.3R, it's not it, right? This is a change in state. So what I waited for is for price to come back to this inverted fair value gap, right? And retest the VWAP. This is a very good level to retest, right? And that would at least give me a 1R, right? To a almost 1-to-2 if we get to that Asia low, which is a lot better than 0.3R. I always have to wait and see what happens. It's nice to see some movement. It's showing that it is rejecting from this level. Now, there's a tool I like to use, right, to see where price could come. And it's often price will reach between these levels, right? Okay, we've hit into our liquidity, right? Hit into that area. Now it's time to de-risk, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my stops to this high, right? That almost completely de-risks my position, right? Taking out these lows really nicely. Okay, let's see if we can make this Asia low. But we need to get that 1 to 2. Love the movement here. The DXY is soaring high. What's DXY targeting? Probably this high over here, right? Even this liquidity here. Oh. That's already been taken. Right? Let's look at DXY. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful short. We've grabbed this liquidity. Right, so I'm expecting a rejection off of this area. Right, I'm at a 1 to 1, right? I need to get that 1 to 2. There's not 1 to 12, I promise. Right. You're at that 1 to 1. See if we can get that 1 to 8, right? We're rejecting off of this level right now. Right, this is a bit of a strong level, yeah, right? Because it was where price attempted to retest a fair value gap, right, and got rejected. This is a level of rejection. Look at all these lows that US dollar just ran through to take out. It's quite awesome. Come on, let's get that 2R, right? Love to see that rejection. Right, let's break through this level. Right. 1.8. I'll close at 1.8. At 1.8R. That's a nice trade. Right, I'll take that. Right, beautiful rejection off of this view up. Absolutely stunning. Right, that's our stop side currently. Yeah, now it's going to take a lot for price to come and break through this high, right? And completely disrespect it and carry on. Right, so what I'm going to do is put my stops at break even. Right. Now there's no risk on the table. This is a free trade. Right, absolutely free. Right. If I lose, I make nothing. If I win, I make 2R. Beautiful. Right. Right, and you can see by the daily chart, right, we're anticipating shorts because of how strong this bearish push has been, right? We're targeting this liquidity, right? So I can expect in the next couple of weeks that price makes its way down to this area. Right? It's just to be expected. Lovely breakthrough. Beautiful. And that's the trade. I'm out. Right, closed here. There we go. You can see the trade on screen now. I'll put it on screen. Absolutely stunning stuff. See you guys in the next one.